Risk statement. This presentation is for information purposes only and doesn't constitute investment advice, nor an offer, solicitation, or recommendation to acquire or dispose of any investment or to engage in any other transaction. This presentation is not intended for solicitation purposes, but only for use as general information. All descriptions, examples, and calculations contained in this publication are for illustrative purposes only. The risk of loss in trading foreign exchange, futures, cryptos, and equity markets can be substantial. You should therefore carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your financial condition. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Level 1, fresh students, Section 2, main title chart types, and we are discussing here now price charts, and this is lecture 2, and here in this lecture we will discuss time-based charts. The most common charts are based on price and time. Time is laid out along the horizontal axis, price always along the vertical axis. Different chart types that fall into this category are line charts, bar chart, candlestick charts. Price charts are a way to capture market information. They can be based on time, price, and volume. They are a way to take a snapshot of the market at a point in time. They don't capture everything that was going on at that particular moment. A bar will print a predetermined passage of time. For example, a 60-minute chart that prints a bar every 60 minutes, and a 15-minute chart prints a bar every 15 minutes. On any normal trading day, the same number of bars will be present on each day. For example, during any US trading session, there are 13 30-minute bar present. Line charts. The most basic time or price-based charting method is the line chart, on line, on close. This chart is commonly shown on financial TV shows like CNBC and Bloomberg and others because they just give the overview. Only focus on the closing price for the period in question. For example, a day line chart will simply plot the daily closing price for each trading day and connect them together. Here is the example of line chart where we can see the time on horizontal side and the price vertically along x-axis and y-axis respectively. If it's on daily, it means one closing price of every day will be a point, and all those points will be connected to give this shape. Likewise, it will, if for example, if it's 60 minutes, then closing price of every hour will be noted, and those points will be joined together, and you will get this shape. It doesn't include highs and lows, or opening and closing. Bar charts. Here in bar charts you can see every single bar represents 4 different parameters. The top of the bar represents the highest price of that particular bar, and on the left side it shows the opening price, and on the right side it gives indication of the closing price, and the bottom of the bar displays the lowest price of that particular bar, whether it's of 60 minutes or 1 day or 1 week. When you connect all these, so it will give similar shape. This is also called American bar charts, and it's also called OHLC charts, open, high, low, close charts. Benefits of a bar chart shows open, high, low, and close. It can fit a lot of data on the screen for review, can easily see gaps on the charts, as we have already discussed the gaps in the other lecture, because they can't be visible on line charts. And most people who understand charts can read a bar chart, color code up and down bars, so information is easier to read and visualize. As you can see here, traditionally every bullish bar is printed as green and the bearish one as red. Candlestick charts. Candlestick or Japanese candlestick chart, the oldest type of chart, shows the same information as a bar chart, but most people find it easier to read. The official part of a candlestick are named the real body, the upper and lower shadows. People also call the shadows tails or wings. A candlestick where the closing price is the same as the opening price is a doji. It doesn't contain a real body. We'll also discuss some other candlestick chart types in lectures in details, just for the overview. Here you can see the opening price, and in this slide you can see the highest is the same as we see in bar chart, and the low is the same as well, and there is a filled body which is created by jointing opening and the closing prices. So if the close is above the opening price, it's generally given the green color or whatever it might be, but it's called a bullish candle. And if the closing price of the candle of the particular interval is lower than the opening price, then this is called a bearish candle, generally represented by red color. So here easily we can differentiate about the bullish and bearish candles. Benefits of a candlestick chart: shadow, open, high, and low. Information about relationship between open, high, low, and close is readily apparent. It's quite visible. Can easily see gaps on the charts. Very easy to spot tails or wicks on the charts. Trade-based charts. Trade-based charts are not anchored in a specific time frame. They depend on a certain amount of trading activity to trigger the next bar. Examples are tick charts and volume charts. Let's discuss both. Tick charts are based upon a specific number of transactions per bar. It does not matter the number of contracts that were traded, just that a transaction occurred. For example, a 144 tick chart will print a new bar every 144 ticks, regardless if each tick was a one lot or under lot. The tick charts therefore do not print at regular time intervals. There can be more ticks, so there can be less ticks in a minute, so it doesn't have to do anything with the time at all. When the given number of ticks completes, it appears as the next tick. During busier market conditions, more bars will obviously print because of the more trading activity. Conversely, during slower market conditions, fewer bars will print. So you can differentiate over a period of time. If market is fast, maybe every minute there are 3 ticks, and if the market is slow, maybe in 1 minute it has only 1 tick. Likewise, tick charts are very good at helping to judge markets volatility. Recently, a major focus of people using tick charts has been to configure the number of ticks based on the Fibonacci sequence. For example, some common charts are 144, 233, 377, 610, 987, 1597, 2584. Those who have seen my lecture on Fibonacci's, they can well understand these figures. Those who have not, just go through it and they will come to realize the importance of this point we just discussed. We have found that the use of tick chart is most beneficial when used to replace shorter term instead of longer term charts. For example, replacing a 1 minute chart with a 610 or 987 tick charts. Because in 1 minute you can't be sure how many ticks are there, but if you make ticks as a standard, so equivalent to that on average activity, you can select the numbers to print the bars accordingly. Benefits of tick chart: normalized bar to market volatility. It's good for looking at data during slower times or overnight times especially, because otherwise in time frames you can see there is sometimes couple of ticks every hour and the chart doesn't look good. Can be possible replacement for shorter time durations. It's very beneficial use, especially in fast markets. Now the volume charts. Volume charts are very similar to tick charts but use a specific volume quantity to trigger the drawing of the next bar. Previously we discussed the ticks, so that's the number of ticks. If you say every 100 ticks I need 1 bar, it will be printed. Whether every tick is of 1 lot or 2 lot or maybe 100 lots, it doesn't capture that thing. So to have more accuracy about the volume as well, here comes the volume charts. So, for example, volume bar chart could be based on 10,000 contracts. Here you give the volume. Volume charts therefore take into account each transaction size instead of just counting each transaction as a tick. This is the difference. Volume charts are very similar to tick chart but use a specific volume quantity to trigger the drawing of the next bar. As you can see, if you put it 10,000 contracts, so when the 10,000 contracts will be traded, then it will print the next bar. Maybe in 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, whatever it is. During US timing, so it will print more bars in less time, and when the market volatility is less, obviously it will take more time to take 10,000 contracts. So accordingly you will see a steady chart. The benefits of volume chart: normalized bar to market volatility, good for looking at data during slower times or overnight sessions, can be possible replacement of sharp time duration chart, easier to configure than tick charts because of volume based component. Some trading methods put a huge emphasis on amount traded during specific price movement, and volume charts show this input clearly. Summary. In this lesson, we have only touched on the very basic style of charts. You should understand some of the differences, pros and cons of the different chart types. We will be mainly focusing on candlestick charts with major time frames. For now, we would encourage you to also focus on candlestick charts with the major time frames, which we will discuss in next lecture.